Hello, everybody! This is your host, the MJ406. It's time for us to get to yet another fun Kirby game, Kirby and Canvas Curse. Or, for those of you that are familiar with the European version, this is Kirby Power Paintbrush. The first DS Kirby game, and, well, it's actually a pretty interesting one. Because it's one of the more experimental entries of the Kirby series. Welcome to Peaceful Dreamland. Kirby's on a nice stroll. And, well, it starts like any other Kirby game. Kirby's just off minding his own business, and then some crazy shit goes down. Suddenly, the world's colors warp, and a strange witch arises. Drawing in the air, the witch turns the land into a painting. Oh, I hate it when that happens. You go on a walk, next thing you know, you realize you're in some kind of an MC Escher painting. Oh, man. It never ends up well, because then you get lost wondering where the hell you're going to go next. Seeing Kirby, the witch flees to the sky, toward a weird vortex. Kirby gives chase! Damn super curious mind of his. Always gets him in trouble like this. Into a world of paintings. He challenges the witch, but her magic turns him into a ball. Helpless, Kirby watches the witch escape.
Haha! I realized in Kirby's adventure the ball was the most useless power. Now you'll permanently be that way.
No! Damn it, she knew! Wait a minute, what happened? Where'd she go?
Looking down in shame, he sees the witch's magical paintbrush. Kirby touches the rainbow brush, and it transports to you on a ray of light.
Oh, well, that's very convenient. If this is her super powerful tool, how could she drop this and leave it behind? Is she that stupid? Apparently. But anyway, yes, welcome to Kirby and the Canvas Curse. I say, this is actually one of the Kirby titles I'm actually a pretty big fan of. Because, well, like I said, Kirby's been one of the most experimental in Nintendo's franchises. I guess more because of how Laboratory working on it, but yeah, the series takes great advantage of the touchscreen, and it's actually a pretty fun game once you get down to it. Just make sure everything's set. Yeah, stereo, yeah. Picto chat search. Huh.
Ignore the picto chairs, I don't want them.
I forgot a lot they actually care about Picto Chat in the early days of the DS. That was always fun. There's training, but we're going to go into that automatically anyway. Data, you can choose to get rid of it. Not ready to do that yet. We just started. And your sound test you have already. Could I listen to everything in the game? One of the big collectibles we're going to get are medals. We're going to need them to unlock a lot of things. 1 medal per point there. So, yeah. Let's get to the main game so we can show you how this game works. In case you expect to be like a normal Kirby game. Ha! What franchise do you think this is? This is definitely one of the more experimental games early on.
This game is only a stylus. Grab the stylus to start trading.
And that's why I'm focusing heavily on the bottom screen, because, yep, it's very touchscreen based.
Lesson 1, touch dash.
As you can see, all the action happens down here.
Enemy has take action! It's a Waddle Dee! Oh shit, get out of the way! Touch the enemy. It will be stunned and immobilized.
After a short time, it will move again.
Ow! Defeat stunned foes by running into them.
What the hell?
More enemies have appeared! Take action! Oh no, 2 of them! They're ganging up on me! Touch Kirby to initiate a powerful dash move.
What the?
Do this to beat multiple foes at once.
So, yep,
This is the touch dash. Give it a test run.
So, yep,
Defeat the enemies.
you basically have Kirby in a ball move around on his own. You can, ow! Make sure you don't screw that up. You can touch Kirby to make him dash, and tap enemies to stun them so you don't take damage running into them. So that's something to note. If you're not dashing into an enemy, and they're not stunned, you will take damage, so be wary of that. Also, things like Gordo there, you can't actually tap, so he'll just be normal. Get to that little painting thing at the end, you complete a level, basically.
Lesson 2, touch to go.
I mean, yeah, that's basically this game in a nutshell.
Hey! This block is in the way! Take action! Show that block who's boss!
Touch the block to break it. Oh. I should have figured. That was simple enough.
If you're stuck, touch stuff! Give it a try.
Not really the best advice for life, but sure. So, yep, we learned to dash. Now we learn to touch stuff. Such as touching blocks. And also, you may have gate puzzles where you have to unlock a gate of a certain color in order to, be able to move forward. So it seems pretty basic so far. You just gotta tap whatever's in your way to move it. But in case you're thinking all you gotta do is just let them roll along the ground, so 3, turn around! Now is where the real meat starts coming in.
If Kirby keeps going, he'll fall. Take action. Suicide is not the answer, you pink monster. Draw a rainbow line with a downward stroke to make a wall. Drawing lines, use ink. Ink replaces automatically.
You have that ink gauge if you didn't see that earlier. Which, well, it refills over time, particularly when you're on the ground.
You turn back to reach the goal. Give it a try.
Go that way. So, yep, the big thing you do in this game is draw lines. But you'll basically need that to be able to maneuver Kirby around. Right now, we're really just doing the most basic form of that, but, you know. Just make sure you understand how it works. Now for the really interesting stuff. Lesson 4, ride lines. That's a big gap. You think you can clear that?
Get across. Take action. Show that pin who's boss. Conquer it. No, don't jump into it. Draw a rainbow path for Kirby.
So, yep, Kirby goes in the direction the line was drawn. Yep, rainbows equal escalators, apparently. The way you draw the line indicates the way you move Kirby, so, yeah, draw the intent of where you want him to go, if that wasn't obvious.
Rainbow lines finish quickly, so be wary. Give it a try.
So, yep, you need to learn to move quickly with Kirby as you use these lines. Just don't be a dick and put him in a situation where he'll easily fall or run into an enemy like an asshole. You can also be crazy experimental like that. If you can use drawing multiple lines to have them go crazy routes, it's actually very exciting.
Lesson 5, copy abilities.
It would be a Kirby game if you didn't get any copy abilities.
This enemy Waddle 2 has an ability you can copy. Try to beat him. Poke his eyes out.
His eye out. And, well, Kirby earned the B ability from Waddle 2. Touch Kirby to use copy abilities. So basically just dash at Kirby, and you can use his ability.
Toss out this ability, touch the B panel below.
He's got that. Yep, they show you the bottom left corner of the touch screen what your ability is.
They're ready copy abilities. Give it a try.
So, yep. Use them at your leisure. Whatever abilities you want or don't want, make sure you know what you're doing. Oh, sweet the wheel! I gotta say, this game does take great advantage of the copy abilities. Especially some of the more unique ones in this game. Like, oh man. That's what makes these games so fun. It feels like a Kirby game, but completely different.
Lesson 6, protect Kirby with lines.
Probably one of the more useful things. Feels like an advanced technique.
Shot cells are fired below. Take action.
But I can't kill them.
Do it anyway. Protect Kirby with a wall.
That's right. You can use the friggin' rainbow lines for defense as well.
Draw walls and work your way towards the goal.
So, yep.
Advanced hint. While on the ground, your ink refills quickly.
Thank you for that. Not that I need it, since I explained earlier.
Give it a try.
Jeez, alright, I get it. So, yep. You can also use the line to defend Kirby. Basically, if there's something you need to overcome, the rainbow lines are more than likely to be able to give you what you need. So, just understand how to move Kirby and how to maneuver him, and you should be just fine. Complete.
Bonus, diving. Push Kirby under with a line.
Yes, there's also going to be water, which you'll need to basically use the lines to drag Kirby underneath. I think you can dash to dive in as well, but, well, there you go. And just like that, we are finally ready for action. Let's get started here. As you see, oh god, don't look so angry at me like, okay, never mind. Okay, now he's happy. Now he's back to being asleep. Now he's, what are you doing? Sorry. Sorry, I was just looking at your face. So, yep, we have levels that each have 3 stages. You can actually do them whatever order you want, which is kind of cool. So, we'll just get into the game. There is some more stuff to explain, but it should actually be relatively straightforward. So, welcome to Kirby Canvas Curse. Long story short, use your ball power up to traverse the lands and get everything you can to survive. And well, you find things such as lives. You can get fun powers like this balloon asshole over here. So I can puff up. Woo! Can you go that way? Thank you. I also tap and become bigger. And bigger still. Hey! You interrupted my flight, damn it. I mean, I had fun with that, but I don't need it right now. Notice the top screen is basically a map. It's very helpful, especially if you notice that little diamond thing down there. That's a medal. Medal. Use medals at the medal swap. Medals hide everywhere. Swap them for prizes. So yeah, basically, all the stages of this game for the most part are split off into 3 main segments. In each segment, there are one of those medals. Basically, you want to do what you can to find them. And, well, yeah, the rest will be history. Just explore the land, see if you can find the medals, add them to your collection, and voila! You're golden. I like it when a Kirby game's simple, easy to understand. I like when most games are easy to understand, which this one tends to be. Then again, this is the first level. I'd be concerned if this was, ow! Difficult. That frickin' Waddle Dee just frickin' hit me! What an asshole! And well, as you may expect, medals later in this game will get harder because they expect you to actually take advantage of the copy abilities. So, if you're unprepared, well, it's going to be difficult for you to be able to get all the medals. Not that I should be worried about people getting into trouble trying to figure out how things work, because Kirby games are usually very straightforward, and that's why I love them. Oh, I could have just ignored the gate and done that, but why would I do that when I could just frickin' ride over the line? There are 3 medals in every stage, so make sure you get them. And here's a little minigame you get after every single run. Dash jump. The top screen shows you everything. Tap Kirby to dash super fast. At the end, try to draw a ramp, and then launch off that ramp to go as far as you can. And you're only launching in inches. You also don't have to do it off the ramp. You can also just do it in the middle of the sky. And there we go! A record! 1,339 inches. For every 100 inches you get 10 stars. So try to get a lot of distance so you get more stars and lives. Pretty simple stuff. Alright. Stage 2 of Ready Land is Tiny Town. Oh, man. I can't tell if Kirby's tiny, or just everything else here just makes Kirby feel, like, a little insignificant. Like, oh man, I used to be able to handle these guys with ease. I can't even handle anything anymore. That is crazy, though. He has to inhale enemies generally to be able to take their abilities and copy them. Now because of this damn curse he's put under, he just decided, you know what? I'm going to run into the enemy with my body. I can still copy them this way. When did that ever be a condition for you to be able to make that work? I'm just saying. You came up with this bullshit and it works. Frickin' Kirby. What kind of monster are you? Like, seriously. Makes it look so easy. Oh, I never explained at the top screen. You see your lives, your stars, and note you have the units of health. As you can expect, that if all those red bars are gone, you're dead. So, make sure it doesn't happen. And we have these little cannons with the arrows. Tap it to shoot it, as you would expect. Like, yeah, this Kirby game is great. Like, seriously, like, you wouldn't think the touchscreen could be used so intuitively back then, but it was. And believe me, a lot of people really like this Kirby game. There's plenty of reasons to see why. It's just a pure out joy. And like, where most games kind of try to do like alternate control schemes just for the hell of it, particularly the DS, and it usually doesn't turn out well. When you design the game with the intention of the touchscreen in mind, like, you can tell the difference. Like, you can tell the difference in this game working well compared to, like, say, the DS Zelda games. Where you could play those games standard if they didn't design it to use only a touchscreen. This game, it doesn't feel right without the touchscreen. Because drawing the paths, how would you do that with just standard inputs? Also, by the way, ignore that. That's a standard enemy gauntlet. Just, you know, watch out for that. If you get into an enemy gauntlet, kill everything to move on. What the hell? There's a block of the yellow switch. Guess what? Can't get that yet. We're gonna go to a later stage to be able to find out how to break that open. Which is, ow! A shame. Yeah, I will say this, though. Don't be embarrassed about dying in this Kirby game. It's actually relatively difficult. Like, because how different it is. I mean, as a Kirby game, it's simple to understand. Ow. Oh, he grows his hands and feet back when he dies. Like, is he just doing this to personally challenge himself? I feel like he's just bullshitting Drossia. Just get back to the witch. How'd you enjoy your ball form? Huh? Wait, you had your feet and arms this whole time? Oh, this asshole. Playing me for a fool, he was. Don't mess with Kirby, bitch. Don't mess with Kirby. Hey, that's something this bitch is gonna have to learn as we get to the end of this game. Which unfortunately we won't get to deal with her until the end of this game. Oh, but soon enough, she will learn her mistakes. Soon enough. And yep, as you can probably imagine, if you use a line in tandem, use the lines in tandem with your copy abilities, you can do so much more. And well, when a Kirby game is designed well, you can tell because usually a lot of the copy abilities Kirby has, well, oh god! A lot of the copy abilities tend to be designed around the levels in mind, or rather, inverse of that thought. Levels are designed with the idea of using those copy abilities. Oh yeah, there are dancing Kirbys up there too. But well, that's the difference between a good Kirby game and a mediocre Kirby game. A mediocre Kirby game just, you know, has levels and copy abilities and you don't really feel much attachment to any of it. It's kind of just, it's there for the ride. Where a good Kirby game, a lot of the way the levels are designed, have you using your copy abilities in mind. And, you know, it actually, you know, creates a little bit of challenge and makes it so the uniqueness of Kirby actually, like, means something instead of just doing it just for fun. And don't get me wrong, it can be fun, but the games are better. Yeah, I guess the best way to put it, the games are better when they give, like, a purpose to the copy abilities rather than just use it to get around. And, well, that's what this game does better than probably a lot of them, actually. If it weren't for how strange it played, this is definitely one of my absolute favorite Kirby games. Well, yeah, there's unique charm to this one, so yeah. I don't know how much some people would be able to appreciate it because of, well, you know, touchscreen controls. Alternate control methods tend to rub people the wrong way a lot of times, but huh. Missile, eh? Let me go look for that. And well, as long as you don't go through the door, you won't miss out on a medal, so, you know, just look carefully. Also notice there's gusts below, so don't worry, you probably won't be able to fall there. That's something to keep in mind. Oh, right, I remember where the missile is now. It's also been a good bit since I played this game, so forgive me if I get a little lost or if it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing. It has been a good while since I last played this game. Here's a great power-up. Yeah, I think this is the second Kirby game this power-up appeared in. Right after, what was it? Oh yeah, Kirby the Amazing Mirror. I love that one. The missile, you just move forward. However, you can also curve it with the power of, well, your lines. Do it right, and you curve yourself in order to move into a thin path. Just know that the missile starts whatever way Kirby's, like, actually moving, so you need to make sure you maneuver it properly, and that can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's fun regardless. As soon as you get to it, of course. Oh yeah, give me out a missile. Here's a general rule of thumb. if you see a copy ability in a new segment of the room, in a new room, make sure you go to it. You're better off if you try to make sure you go to it. Wait, wrong way! Want to go down here? I know it didn't seem so obvious, but trust me, you want to go this way. As long as you didn't miss the medal, we're fine. This game feels like it'd be really fun to speedrun. Well, then again, the wheel is one of the ultimate speedrunning copy abilities that Kirby has. And see, this game's pretty simple. Also, once you beat all 3 stages of a level, you get bosses, which you can actually choose which one you want to do, which is actually pretty sweet. So you got your choice between Kracko, King DDD, and Paint Roller. And well, I may as well go in order, so let's start with Kracko. You can also get info to get, information on the boss, which is block attack for this. Bounce Kirby into blocks, beat all foes to move on. Crash into foes to defeat them. Tap blocks to weaken them. And there are many types of blocks. Be careful of the electric blocks. You can also hit bomb blocks to set off so they can blow up more around them. Beat Kracko on the last stage. Let's go deal with them. And well, as you imagine, what has Drossia been up to?
That ball's doing better than I thought. I should probably summon one of his greatest foes to take care of him. Go, Kracko Jr.!
Really? The best you thought was Kracko Jr.? Jeez. Alright, guess I'll get going. Let me get a bunch of blocks ready. So yeah, the boss stages are completely different from the main game as a whole, which is actually kind of sweet. It makes it really interesting, honestly. So yeah. You like how the bosses are completely different from the main game? Wait, I didn't hit the thing. There's a detonator for a bunch of blocks. Hit it, boom, it'll blow up everything around it. Just be careful, it'll hurt Kirby as well. Note you still have that health carryover into here too, so don't be stupid. Of course you can heal, so make sure you take advantage of that if you get the opportunity. Just make sure you know how to maneuver through these rooms and you will be fine. Just tap blocks so you can break through them. Otherwise, you'll bounce off of them, which could ruin your momentum depending. Basically, just try to do this in a way where you can easily travel through and kill everything quickly. Because I'll say this. For a later thing in this game, time is important. I won't say how, I'll just say time will become very important. Trust me. You don't want to deal with this when time becomes a nightmare. There you go, yep, just learn to tap around the blocks and get to the enemies, and take on the boss, Kracko. Which, well, oh yeah, there are also power-ups you can get, such as these red things. If you hit those, well, if I can hit it. This is a little hard to control though, so make sure you understand how bounce physics works. Basically, Kirby will speed up. You can use that to try and maneuver through things quickly, although it can also get a lot out of hand if you don't know where you're going. You can try to use this to get a quick smackdown on enemies. It's a good power, but you're trying to get through these quickly, which, like I said, time will become the essence eventually. You need to die! You die, you stupid Kracko asshole! Just know how to aim, and you can probably beat the boss with no problem. There we go! Hit him a few times, he's done! Take that, Kracko Jr. It's a good thing you can't damage me. Enjoy your Kirby dance! Is this just what's going on in his head right now? He's like, I really wish I could dance! I wish I could multiply to 5 and dance right now!
Level 1 is now in Rainbow Run.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Beat a level, you unlock the next one. We got Arranged Gorge. I didn't want to go there yet. Yeah, we got Arranged Gorge, orange, and Ready Land, red. They're puns based off the colors, obviously. So Rainbow Run, basically, look how many medals you can get here. We'll go into that next time. I'll just say this. Basically, the Rainbow Run will be, like, it's basically you're going through certain segments of the stage you just did, and, well, basically, if you do well enough, you'll get more medals. That's how you get the majority of the medals of this game. Speaking of which, I gotta see. Can't really unlock anything I want. Because if I go over one of these, I don't think I'm going to like it. Yeah, we'll go over unlocking stuff with medals later, because I don't have nearly enough to get anything useful. Now, I'll say this. You want to get the expensive stuff, because that way, you can actually use it. And, well, the cheap stuff is just it's okay. It's kind of neat to mess around with, but the expensive stuff is what really gets you, well, useful items, and stuff to get you more medals. We'll get into that later. So, we'll end this episode here. Welcome, everybody, to Let's Play Kirby the Canvas Curse. I kind of talked a lot of a rambling this episode, but then again, there's a lot going on. And the game's pretty short if you know what you're doing, but, well, it's the extra content that kind of keeps it going, because, well, while the main game itself is pretty easy, if you want to get all the medals in the game, oh, you gotta challenge yourself, and let me tell you, challenging indeed it gets. That's why I love it. Another thing that makes a great Kirby game. The game at its core can be very easy, but if you provide enough challenge so the real hardcore nuts can actually, you know, get their fill and replay value out of it, it makes it even better. Although sometimes, some ways they implement replay value can be too much. This game does have one of those examples, but, well, I'll get into that. That's not for a while. Alright, so come back next time. We're going to Rage Gorge. You know, we're in Ready Land. I was expecting to see more red. The sunset is not enough. What is it going to be a Rage Gorge? Are we just going to be riding along the sun? Then again, knowing Kirby, I'm sure he would probably try to challenge the sun. Then again, he'd fucking eat it. He would drag the whole universe into complete darkness if he had to. That's just the kind of monster that Kirby is.